would say that 2023 a lot of times was overwhelming. It was emotional for a lot of the aspects of our team, but it was also, I think, a really rewarding year as well.
We saw a very stark increase in dogs coming into the shelter, either surrendered, abandoned, a lot of puppies. Unfortunately, that is the reality of today, and it started in 2023 as we saw a almost 200% increase in puppies in our shelter.
Increased puppies, you're increasing a population in the shelter that's unvaccinated and their immunity is pretty naive. So we were seeing a lot more preventable diseases. We were also dealing with a lot more just work for our team. Puppies are a lot of work, right? We have to do all their exams. We have to make sure that we're getting all their series of vaccines and that they're making it to a healthy weight where we can vaccinate them and then they can leave the shelter. So it's a lot of work for our team at every step of the way.
2023 has brought a lot of unique challenges to CHS, but what I really enjoy is the collaboration and the outside of the box thinking that has come from rising to meet those challenges. We're really excited about how successful our puppy parties have been, not only from a community outreach standpoint and an education standpoint, a puppy enrichment standpoint, and from an adoption perspective. Getting these puppies into their forever homes and getting them those vital socialization times is what will then make them a productive dog member of society. We will continue to see puppies. We're hoping that it'll slow down a little bit, but again, we rise to the challenge and meet the demand.
We have seen more puppies at CHS than I have ever seen in the 18 years that I've worked here, which really speaks to what is probably going on in the community. And there's just also a lack of access to care for spays and neuters, so that does play into this as well. But going forward, because of the partnerships that we are creating with the community veterinarians, we can now hope to expand sort of the programs that we're able to offer, and one of which would be spay-neuter clinics, which the clinics that we've been working with are very eager to help in that capacity, which helps the animals, but it also really helps the people to keep their animals in their families, which is so very important.
Our community services programs were absolutely overwhelmed. I'm so thankful that we have them to provide for our community last year. 2023 across Canada, there was the wildfires. We were still dealing with some COVID outbreaks throughout Canada, and then the economies. All of those things result in people needing places for not only themselves to go, but also their animals to go.
The more community-based programs and services that we have that enable and empower people to maintain their pets responsibly ultimately increases our ability to help even more. So the more pets that we can keep happy and healthy in really good, loving homes, the more that we here at the shelter can attend to those that are most urgent. We can attend to those that are being abused or left behind right away while keeping the animals with families that absolutely love and adore them where they need to be. At the end of the day, it's just getting creative and really finding out from our community what exactly is going on. So looking at that daunting wait list and really pinning down exactly what is going on, why are people struggling with their pets, and from there creating out the programs and resources it takes to help them keep their pet.
In about 2021, the offenses began to be committed. They weren't detected until a bit later. The unique thing about this one was the CPS detective that started taking this seriously and started investigating towards charges had just been given some training on the link between domestic violence and animal cruelty. So some tangible, demonstrative evidence of this training really having some meaning to it. And so this investigation was taken quite seriously, and we were brought in as a joint investigative agency. And ultimately, a package was put together where it was prosecuted and ultimately sentenced on conviction to a Canadian record of 6.5 years. I will say that the court precedent will definitely have meaningful effect on future convictions in perpetuity. I'm incredibly proud of our team and what we've accomplished. We've consistently seen over the last 10 years record-setting convictions running through the courts that are our cases. And so when you see precedents that are old cases that we've investigated, that's incredibly satisfying. And it seems to be disproportionate to Calgary. So there's something working well, and there's something to be proud of there.
Work in community outreach and humane education, we can really see a brighter future for the next generation of pet owners and of animal advocates in our community. Education is prevention.
So is there a day that sticks out to you, or a couple of days, weeks?
I mean, the fish.
Do you remember fish?
The fish.
Fish, so many fish, hundreds of fish.
Late last year, we had an abandonment file where an individual had left behind a number of aquatic animals that the landlord of the residence wanted taken care of. That became our mandate because the animals were left without care for over 24 hours, and so we started a field operation that took several days, actually. We were over capacity in shelter with regards to exotic animals, and we weren't set up for some of these animals that initially we didn't even know what they were.
It filled every single tank that we had in shelter. Not every tank or filter was in use or even could be used, so our teams had to work really quickly, efficiently in order to actually go out and buy the proper tanks, the filters, everything that these fish need in order to survive. So it was a lot of quick thinking, a lot of communication between different teams in order to be able to house these fish appropriately. And it was a success, I would say, in a way, these teams being able to get together like that and actually appropriately house these animals and keep them here until they all got adopted.
I mean, we couldn't do anything we do here without the support of the community. Every donation saves an animal. So I just want to say thank you, because we really couldn't do this without you. And we really need to keep moving. The need is growing and it's changing, and it's even more critical right now for your support. And without you, we couldn't do this. So thank you for your impact on animal welfare.
So when I think of 2023 and I'm looking back, it's been an incredible year for the organization and for the team at Calgary Humane Society. We've seen a number of animals coming in, and the level of need of our community has been great. But I'm so proud of the team and the way that they rose to the challenge, taking care of every single animal that comes into the shelter, including our hundreds of puppies that have arrived, and finding really innovative ways to make sure that those animals got the second chance that they deserved. Reality is we could not do this without our community. We could not do this without our volunteers who donate thousands of hours every single year. Couldn't do it without our foster families who take in those hard cases and make sure that those animals are on our pathway to success. And of course, we couldn't do it without our donors, our amazing donors who make sure that we get to do this incredible work that we get to do. We can't thank you enough for all your support over 2023. We know that we asked a lot of you, and you didn't fail to rise to that challenge. And looking forward to 2024, what I'm most excited about is our new strategic plan. It is very much focused on our community and about getting to that root cause of animal welfare. And that is truly creating a more humane world. And I can't thank you enough for your support.